Guys, we're going to talk about the sand wedge and these little chip shots around the green. There's a couple parts of this golf course we need to understand. One is good, one is bad. As you can see, this part is what we call the leading edge, okay? This is what we don't need to use. If we use the leading edge, generally what happens, this is going to dig into the turf, and we generally kind of hit the balls heavy or fat. You know, it doesn't go to the normal distance we're looking for. This is correct, and as you can see, there's a 1/4 inch below what we call the leading edge in the shaft. So that would be in a perfect position. We move the handle forward and the club back, and now you can see that leading edge is below, so it's always going to hit the ground. So we don't need that club digging in. We need to utilize that bounce of that golf club. So that would be a perfect position. This would be a bad setup. It's going to dig in all the time. So setup in my eyes is the most important. What we want is we want the ball 3 inches off the inside of the lead heel, and we want what we call this the butt of the club. That's always in the center of the belly button or the belt buckle, and this is the angle we should be looking for. As you can see, the bounce is now lower than the leading edge. So once again, we need that bounce. We want that bounce to kind of, as it hits the ground, that's going to bounce and do its job. Okay? Leading edge comes in, it's going to dig. And I'll show you the difference, and I'll hit a couple shots, one with an incorrect position and one with a correct position. So the first shot I'm going to hit right here is basically ball way back in the stance, handle way forward, and we're going to dig the leading edge into the ground, and you'll see it'll get very abrupt and very deep. So once again, here's the chip shot. The old setup, handle way forward, ball off the back of the stance, and you'll see the club will come down very abruptly. And as you can see, this chipping can kind of make you a little embarrassing now and again, especially if that leading edge gets exposed. So once again, most of the time, handle forward, leading edge, and you can see the leading edge is doing its job. You've told it to physically dig on the setup. As you can see, that leading edge is coming in very abruptly there, so it'll just dig all the time. So if you're having problems basically hitting these little chip shots, fat, or what we call in the golf industry, too heavy or fat, check your ball position. Make sure the ball position's further up in the stance. Make sure the butt of the club's in the center of the belly, and we'll try this again in the correct position. And you'll see the club will just bounce off the ground like it's supposed to. So once again, the ball is up in my stance. You can see the butt of the club's on my belly. And watch the club do what it's supposed to. It won't dig in. And you can see the club just does its job. We've got a tremendous amount of loft at the bottom of the golf swing, and you can see the golf ball gets high very quickly. So once again, I'll hit another one with the correct ball position. So once again, it's up in the stance. Butt of the club's in the center of my belly button. And we're just gonna stay still, back and through, utilizing the bounce of the golf club. And you can see there's two beautiful chips right there. So once again, the negative, okay, we've got ball back, we've got the club coming in, it comes in very abruptly, hits the ground, and basically kind of just gets that club just leaning into the golf ball. We get too much divot, and generally not good things happen. So distance control, I look at distance control hitting this particular club, and I use a clock system. We have 12, we've got 6, and we've got 3 and 9. For an example, if we've got 6 o'clock here, if I take the club to 9 o'clock, I can only generate a certain amount of energy. If I go to 10 o'clock, I get more energy. The more energy, we hit the club further. So I'm going to start off with a couple little chips, just that they would be just around the green, and then I'll go to maybe a 30 or 40 yard shot. So little chips around the green, you're going to see once again I've got my same setup. We're going to go back nice and short and through. And as you can see, we've got these little chips around the green. The club's not digging in. So once again, little short backswing, making sure my setup's good, back and through. And you can see we've got two beautiful chips there. For me to hit the golf ball just a little further, I'm going to go back a little further. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to give the club a little bit more time to create more energy coming into the golf ball. So I'm going to go back a little further, straight back. And as you can see, I've created more distance by creating more club head speed. So once again, I'm going to go back a little further this time, hit the ball a little further. And as you can see, because I've got more club head speed, my arms are traveling a little faster because I got more time. Think about the putting. If you had a short putt, you wouldn't take the putter back a long way. If you had a long putt, you'd take it back a long way to create more speed. So just if you can think about the tempo of the putting and put that same tempo into the sand wedge or the little chip and shots around the green, you'd be so much better off. So once again, you can contact us at Shell Point two ways, either the Pro Shop, and that is 239-433-9790, or you can contact us on the web at www.shellpointgolf.com. Thank you.